So my plan today was to finish clearing the front of the yard and get the dumpster topped off so I can get a new one here rather than start the demo work and not be able to fit it into the dumpster and whatnot. So I figured I'd clear up the front of the yard while I didn't have snow. My buddy John called and he wants to come out and pick up the tires today, so that's a huge bonus. So it looks like this morning I'll be shuffling all the tires around, loading them up. I think he's going to take some scrap metal with him while we're at it. And I parked in the other driveway that I cleared this morning so he can park in the other one with the dump truck, because that's where the tires are. So I was just looking over here. I was like, oh, let me look a little further in the driveway past where I cleared. Yep. So that's where I cleared to, that berm. And I knew there was some like aluminum panels there, and there's some more like wire mesh in there, some trash and whatnot. And I climb over. I see a tire. That's probably a rear panel for like a Chevy pickup truck tailgate. And there's some other farm implement here. Some sort of strange one with a PTO. I don't know. It's a weird one. Then there's some rolled up sheet metal. And over here there's some more metal. Tons of wire mesh rolled up over here. Some metal roofing panels. I think those are mangled underneath this tree that fell onto them. Then there's some sort of other wire mesh and maybe plastic mesh, and then some bigger metal grate, and tree through the roof with this lean-to here. Some more metal grating here. And yeah, so that's another big old pile of mess. Didn't even see a crumb of this yet. It's amazing. This is like, there we go. This is how far I plowed back to, and that's where all this stuff is. 15 feet further in, and another huge mess. Whatever. Luckily, a lot of that's metal, so at least it's not like total trash to have to pay to get rid of. So yeah, so I'll do I'll check in over here on some of the stuff I wanted to deal with. I'd love to deal with these timbers here, these plastic pipes, and get some of this stuff cleared. You know, the random dog houses. These are just stacks of old wooden windows and stuff. Old roof trusses that had just rotted away to nothing. They might have been brand new when they were put here. This wood here is probably about 12 feet good on some of this wood, and then the rest that wasn't on the top is all wasted. So like this end of some of it's good, and then down here it's rotted right off. All that's junk. So I'll probably cut some of these back so I can use those for patch panels. Throw this away. Massive stack of shingles. Another stack of shingles. More of those roof trusses. The other doghouse. And whatnot. And those are the implements I bought. Yeah, and there's more trash over there. But first things first, I'm going to start getting the tractor going and get tires moved around so I'm a little more ready when he's here, because I still got a couple out back to grab. So I'll check out throughout the day. Well, moved all the tires to get them unstuck, knock a bunch of ice out of them, the ones that don't have rims, and get some of the crusty dirt that's filling the whole center of the rim out for the guy that's going to end up breaking them down. And got them all staged out here so when anybody gets here, it's a little easier to load them up. So we got 25 without rims. Those are $5 a piece. And then we have 37 with rims. Those are $15 a piece. So this whole stack here, like basically everything from here over, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stacks, these are all without rims. And hey Tommy, if you're watching this, look at these two. Imagine finding those when you had your Caprice to do burnouts up Pageant Field. Those would have smoked for a long time. Those things are like inch deep tread. Those would have been good to find back then. And these are just all with rims, one with a hub stuck to it. These 5 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, are all split rims. So they have this locking ring around the outside edge, and these are known to decapitate people. They are extremely dangerous. Yeah, those are extremely dangerous if you're not paying attention, and they're even more dangerous when the rims are all rotted like these ones are. So I don't even know what he's going to charge me for those 5. He may even just say no. I have no idea. So there's those. And then I found a custom dually option here. So we get a set of 8-lug dualies here. If you look, you know, common 8-lug. If you look, there's a sleeve across the middle. Somebody cut the center out of the one rim and put a long piece of pipe in and welded it to the inside rim. So you can see how deep that is for making a dually on a non-dually axle. And what's crazy about that is that puts all massive leverage on those wheel bearings and axles. So that's pretty rough. And then to boot, if you look, these are the brand new tread tires on the outside, and they put the worn out ones on the inside. So that means these are most likely taller. So that was putting even more pressure on the outside and almost no pressure on the inside. So that's a way to get maybe more traction in the snow, but not payload capacity. Actually, they are snow tires. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe it was somebody's fun buggy that they just had 8 lugs and they wanted more traction to go screw around in the woods. What do you think? Should I save them? I don't think so. These ones I might though. These ones dual bolt pattern, like Chevy Ford bolt pattern, 15-inch, decent width. A little crusty. They were screwed for slicks at one point. I may keep those around just as a wide universal rim for project cars, just to get tires on things. And John's here. Perfect timing. I just dug all these out. I still got to go back over there and grab 6, 2 over there. So I'll powwow with John and we'll get back on the time lapse. Well, John's here now. He helped me grab the last 6 out back and the 3 that were over that side. So we're at a total of 40 tires without rims at $5 a piece, and 36 with rims at $15 a piece. I haven't sat down to do the math yet. You can do it if you want, or I'll put it in at the end. But that's where we're, and they're all trash. They're all ancient, dry rotted, bald, worn out, flattened, just all absolute trash. And those are the split rims I was talking about. Those are those custom dually rims. And I'm stupidly gonna hold on to these two, because they may be good for a project to get it as a roller or check tire fitment. And that count doesn't include the 2 huge tractor tires and a handful of wheelbarrow and lawnmower tires. I think there's probably about 10 of them. Amazing, one property. So it's at 40, 76, 78, 78. Yeah, over 80 tires on one property. Crazy. But yeah, so we're gonna get to starting to load these things up. We were hoping we were gonna fit some scrap metal and tires, but I think we're only gonna fit tires. There's so many. So I'll time lapse that and we'll get back to it. And as usual, every time John comes by with the dump truck, we fill that thing right to the brim. We thought we were going to put some scrap metal in there and the tires. Nope. All tires right out to the very back. We're just barely over the top of it and right out to the back doors of this thing. All right. See, just brimming over the top. Amazing. Every time. And again, I can't thank John enough again. Just keeps hooking me up. But we're gonna get this thing pulled forward, closed up, and continue on. Check out this find while I was digging out a tire over there. Square body tailgate insert. And I'm pretty sure it's almost mint, except for this little ding right there. Out of all the things, these things on good trucks are dented and damaged. This thing's laying face down in the dirt with trees falling around it and trash all around it, and somehow it's good. Does that mean I'm going to get a square body soon? I'll hang it on the wall. You never know, maybe I will. Well, John helped me out a ton again today. We had all the tires loaded in the truck. And under this top, there was all 2x12s. About half of them were covered with that red top, and they were fine. The other half of them rotted into dust. So we cut off what was salvageable for like bracing and stuff like that, just temporary rigging here. And we got all the other stuff in the dumpster. And we got all those windows and stuff that was in the dumpster. Yeah, so there's a stack of windows there. Had some sort of plaster buried in with it also that was almost concrete. We got that in there. We got these sorted down to something usable for patches. All the other stuff is trash in the dumpster. Pulled out some other stuff out of over there. John found a welcome sign under the tree. So then we have a welcome sign along with the no trespassing signs I put everywhere. And we got some more debris here and that pool. But the dumpster is legit right up to the top. And the truck is overflowing with tires, and we had no more room in the tires in the truck for tires, and thankfully I decided to keep these two for now. Thankfully we decided to keep these two because they wouldn't fit in the truck anyway. But all the tires that were in here are out, all the tires over there are out, all the tires that were out back are out, the ones over in the other driveway, those are gone. And dumpster's full, so we're making progress every day. And here's the square body Chevy tailgate insert I found. That's kind of cool. Some of you know I'm a huge Chevy guy. So yeah, well, we're gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna take John out to dinner, and be back at it tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys stayed warmer than my thumb. My thumb is freezing. You guys have a good night.